Welcome to the Yay, folks. So this is going to be a deep meander, and I am going to take you through 19 album tracks and some interludes. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. And it's packed, right? So look for signposts, bring snacks, and, come on this ride with me. I want you to all know that poetry is no trivial pursuit for me. As I learned at the beginning of a pandemic, Emily knows, it's lyrical, it's musical, it's deep and wide, and it's an unending source of combinating connection. It's random writing from thoughtful prompts, and it turns into sweeping swaths of being swept up into joy and belonging through the sacred portal of Zoom, right? Here we are. It's women like you, calling you a poet and learning you always were one. Even before we all took an unscheduled break from endless expectations of extroversion. It was exactly what you needed to write into the middle of your life. So these 19 tracks, this is one of the tales I wish to tell before the fairy circle of the redwood tree encapsulates me for the next generation, feeding all of you through roots and shoots, hugs, and many, many pairs, maybe an extra many, of kick-ass boots. While you feed me, this is confirmation that who we are and what we do matters, especially if we do what we do as who we are. Okay, so I'm gonna actually go through the chapter and talk you through the tracks. This is a poetic experience, so drop anything into the chat along the way. I'm gonna have a moment where I might ask you a question, and as we do in the writers groups, throw some love, do some snaps, anything works. Okay, track one, about this. Step inside this yayful ride. My work's alive. It doubles as art. It's the leadership of falling apart, putting each other back together again and again. Pleats, darts, pretty smart. You can break it apart. Anywhere is the place to start. Jump right in, jump around, get ready to play outside the lines. Anywhere is the place to start. Interlude, what is yay? Yay is how and why I do my thing. It's your very core. It's the thing you are when you're not keeping score. It's elevation inside revelation. It's escalation. Arms in the air, wave them like you just do care. It doubles up. It doubles up when you share yours with mine and ripples out as pebbles, creating good treble. In a pond of Venn, diagrams of how, where, and when. By the simple act of you being here now, my work becomes a cohabitation, even more than it already was, an impartation of meaning and meditation. A deep bow to your wow, a double yay. Now back to our previously scheduled poetic ramble. Okay, track two, refrains of beginning. This track is about all the ways we make our way through to each other into the very depths of ourselves. In converse, sometimes on our feet, reverse, rarely terse. This is not a curse, it's a whole universe inside verse. It's love of shelf. I always get this one wrong. It's love of self, off the shelf. Shout out to Krista. It's unfrozen cores that thaw, melting all over the floor. It's sometimes even in hidden corners of glass-lined offices and U-shaped cubes. In awe of shells cracked, gobsmacked. It's the past. It's the here, after. It's the prelude to an interlude of a paper graph. You can do the math. Whenever you hear this, it's always now. It's the animated aftermath and the power of reflection. No predilection for how it was before or needs to be. Rather, a call to come back around to the person you were inside the person you are. No fuss about who you used to be. Time and again around the bend, befriending yourself as each beginning meets its end. Track 3, retrospective perspective. This is me speaking with the time and distance to tune into what's directly in front. Brave enough to be swept up, blown back into the side wind of the side step of off treks, crooked necks, finding true delights and tender disciplines all the way in the back of the cave. Every trip in, up, left out, lost in the middle, more than once, wrong turn on the way in, back out, taking part as a matter of course. Track 4, the fog transmogrifies. The labyrinth expands and accepts your doubt as you wonder about transmuting, unmuting, low-falutin. Let's keep on rooting down and for each other. The fog says why, this is how you transmogrify. The lessons, L-E-S-S-E-N-S, into heights that are the lessons that learn you into next. Resurrect, introspect. If it feels a bit circumspect, stay with the poet. This is a coming at any age story about becoming your about. Becoming about us. Track 5, out east. Did you know the candescent clown used to work at a circus that traveled town to town, mostly between Park Avenue South and the North Shore of a fishing lure? Flights not so fancy, props propel us. Sometimes we dance and we hit the ceiling. Hard. After Junior crashed on a similar path, you landed safely, shaken up. Not the last time you're grateful you didn't die on a business trip. In a place you scavenge and hunt, meeting kind witches on Salem tours who remind you that different is beautiful. Shout out to Linda. Different is beautiful. Aura, chakra. Stop watching the clock. A tick can be a shock when time stops. Wearing a 2-part, shoulder-padded, knock-off skirt suit. Hole climbers, horizon skiers. The condensation of that perfect storm might cool you down or warm your furrowed brow and open your third eye into a fourth try, or something resembling the upturn of your mouth. Interlude of gratitude. It feels so good to feel so much gratitude. It radiates out the woods into the coulds. We left behind the shoulds. I should say, we are on that never-ending journey to chop that wood into the kindling that lights the controlled burn of the uncontrolled learn. She's on fire. Drop, stop, roll, butter us whole. Alt, delete, 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 control. Track 6, voices and friends. And again, shout out for all the voices and friends who are here. I am not one voice. I am not one choice. I harmonize all the voices contained within me. The voices put there unwittingly and willingly that are part of the fits, starts, profound, found, amateur town. All the parts that roll around inside my burial mounds. All the places and people who couldn't contain me. All the countless friends I found on the islands I visited on my multi-stop tour. I played around, singing in the round, standing room only, climb on board, she's abroad. Here in the legato of a vibration, I give you an ovation, the storied folk who reformed me in the swirly seas. All of you who stayed with me, even if you didn't realize it at the time. We are giants and specks, brain wrecks, full-bodied on deck in a myriad of decks. Lighthouses creating an archipelago of ever-changing tides, reachable, I need more room, in strong strides, changing each other with every beam, throwing each other more than a line, showing up, showing up, showing up, not by showing each other up, by filling our cups, wondering what's in yours. Interlude. Hey, what's in your cup? Spill it, write it up, shout it out. This space is about your yay too. Anyone got anything in their cup they want to throw in the chat in this interlude? Or we will keep going. Or if you want to even like stop in the middle of the poem and raise your hand. I'll give you a sec. I'm here for you. I'm here with you for the whole duration, just so you know. And I can't see the chat, so I'm gonna trust that something good's going on down there. Here, let's take a quick moment. Oh, y'all, let's throat coat tea. Hey, Lee, I can't find any throat coat tea in your house. I would love to have some. Interlude, dude. Duration and menstruation. Nell Waters is making a beautiful poem as we speak. All right, back to the pages. Thanks for sharing, y'all. This is our space to generate. Track 7, Scoping Hope. Now, this is for all y'all who've worked in business, and I know a lot of you have, or ever had to create one of these. Scopes of work can sow divisions, tiny incisions, so many revisions of missions and visions. That time we gave him 600 names, and he said not a single one was as high as a 6. We don't ask permission to try a new pursuit that tastes like persimmon. 86, that empty suit. By the way, you can be and see and be to be, as long as you are free to say and see the people that be in the be to be. People in business. People like us, looking to be felt and known. Felt and known, bringing what they've sown to market so it can shine. To dig it up inside that hidden mine, we pack headlamps. I really need props for this, right? Headlamps, regaling friends with skills, cresting those hills. It's the people outside the lines who wear reflective clothing to be seen more clearly, my dear. My people, announcing the pain points of their hierarchies of needs, flashes of jumping off points, equal size, gaze into eyes, up for climbing the diving board ladder and plunging well below the surface. We can come up for air. It helps if we share over and over. Track 8, travel days. Delighting in the magic aquarium inside apps and snaps, gritty graduation caps, mind-altering gaps that rewire each synapse. Even the lapses where we lose ourselves in the sand traps. Takes a lot of clubs to get out of the deepest mires. Some rewires, quite a few new tires on our pull carts. We take lots of breaks and build in travel days to celebrate and sweat it out. We carve seared steaks, drinking in pines and oak colored stoke with a full account of creative folk. Strategy queen, reveling in the kingdom of the in-between, never reigning with iron fists on iron thrones, sharing the love of the next episode, resting up on the way home, sharing the love of sharing the load, sharing the love of sharing the load, in the throes of the pitches that go without winning, learning the underpinning of what's worth head first swimming. Track 9, integrate. Joy points to the delight of a shared insight. Still beats an infight, or the need to be cool or right. I'm still working on that one. Giving up the need to be cool, to feed the need to be right, giving that up to the night. As for building that plane in flight, refueling in midair, I give up that ghost. It's a cliche with a no host, bar, cart, iterate, commiserate, you're good, not great. Isolate. The bell curve requires we sort folks into buckets. Silos make us feel so low. Why do we need to rank and rate? Why? Make your feedback a feed forward. Let's move toward, intersect, and integrate. Now that feels great. Track 10, we go to 11, just because you have to do that, right? Preternaturally, yay, quintessentially, a solar array. Turning towards the open sky, I offer this glimpse of peregrine. It comes from within. The essence of leading is following your essence. The essence of leading is following your essence. Feeling into the ease of unsure presence, storing up, listening for resonance. As an unraveler on a lifelong tour of following the contrails that link our trips around the sun, meteors break into shooting stars, one by one. Trust your essence. Choose effervescence. Track 11, broken sticks on the tour bus. All facets reflect what we bring into the broken light. The occlusions are what make us stand out. I repeat. The occlusions are what make us stand out. Draw no conclusions. Invite inclusion. There will be contusions. Read the bumps on our head. They are slight protrusions that show us our instead. Steeping infusions of throat coat in good stead. What sticks with us will amplify the tour bus. We play well in bands where we can separate the strands and hear the clear tones of our own homing mechanisms. Jump in the car and be who you are, where wound becomes many pointed star, not north of where you are, right where you sit. Dance. Take a stand. Right where you be is a slipstream of time and space. Edit. Don't erase. Edit. Face to face. Taste the grace. Track 12. Where are we now? Right next to me, beside the 8-limbed octopusian bent tree, the fork in the road says, let's just see what unfolds. Take the wheel. If you please, I'll follow your lead. Dropping fresh seeds. You water as needed. Put a sign on the houseplant. Don't drown your roots. Watch for new sprouts. We're traveling multi-parted routes. They converge and come alive in the messy nest of the understory. The fruits of mycelium are here for the picking. Walk through the forest in the canopy. We are zipping. That's for Jamie. Drop your crumbs from an open weave basket. Unmask it. Face up, buttercup. This is the compost of stardust, the friendly ghost of shore trust. Track 13. We're getting there. The stops make the trip. We've so many more stones to lay along the way. Let's try this way. The mortar matters as much as the bricks. Learn to mix the wax with flow. Even what shatters can be melted. Rolling bold never gets old. No such thing as too thick. Stop for the ones that hearten your quick. Mile markers, tables of orientation, recalibrating is the temerity of invention, the serenity of intention. If there's drama, we pause and talk to a baby llama, a baby llama, calmer. We add a comma and bravely drink at the well of our karma. We pack our bags and take the trip, traveling light or with a bevy. If it gets too heavy, we can always stop for a slushie up on the levee. How far have we come with the bubbles of our fire starter? That microplane is a charter, inventing new strains of yeast on every trip back east. The stops make the trip. Make them count in all amounts. Interlude, doughy metaphors meet in the mix. We don't overwork our dough, giving it time to rest, stop, develop air, rise, and show us what we don't know us before we go us to another where us, noticing what us, who, when, who then sticks to our paddle and drips off our felt tip pens, really. Triple flip, loosen your grip. What flips us out into Cool Whip can be stirred counterclockwise, whisking us into the real cream, pausing to savor sweet cinnamon sips, sweet cinnamon sips. Brew some chai and ponder why. Mixing well, stirring up, folding in the egg whites, slow and nice. Do think twice. No, seriously, do. It's all right to think twice. I don't believe there's such a thing as overthinking. It's just thinking. Track 14, triptychs. Paddle out, surf in, Get on, stand up, do it again. Get help. Offer witnessing. Lift off. Be the bright wintergreen spark in the night. Don't burn out your parking lights. Play the tunes that take you places, that help you remember why you go and how you write. Chew the gum that unkinks your works. Share the quirks. The quirks. The quirks. One more time. The quirks. The deep quirks that keep you awake on the snow globe. Shake out. Shake it out loud. Break the glass that's stuck in your ass. Fly your freak flag at full. I don't know how to like fly a freak. Full mast. I think I got it. Check. All right. Catch up. Wait. Time lag. It all goes by. Slow. Fast. What's at first circumspect reveals everything you didn't expect. Never the less or better than. We're awash in the delta of a coalesce. That's for you, Ray. Coming into this reflect. When coming into any reflect, awake is best for anything that could come next. Track 15. What? What could possibly come next? Next, we're swimming in the slipstream of blue hours. A pattern flex into focus. It's been a starred year for the hark, and dear, the dark and weir is ready to run clear. It's been a dear year for letting go of the fear, writing into changing, rearranging, meshing gears, being present in arrears. The field is wide. The positions are plenty. Wherever we went, message sent. Open up to receive. Work is not a sentence, period. Don't let any sentence run on too long without a rest, period. Thunder claps on, and we enter power with, cracking open our sunny yolks. Traps, track. I'm like skipping track 16. The deep meander breaks open. Take a gander. Once this goose's nickname was Loose Leaf. She pulls thousands of pages out of binders. They unbind her. They unwind her briefs into colorful pieces, found pieces. Oh, how it feels to come clean in the plain air. I don't fit. I don't fit. I belong everywhere. You're a part of me. Can you now see? The glue is glee. The you is we. Let's make art and fall apart. Let's make art and fall apart. Track 17, Share Bear. Would you like to share your heart with me and bare your soul? It's why I came after all. After all, we're the call. Isn't it the reason you're here too? If not, my wish for you in the wintering season, the spring buds, summer sun, fall leaves, I'm still your bud. We have so many reasons to roll around in the mud. My hope for you is that you go deep inside your inner ride. I'll glide beside, ease the bumps. While you pump your inner tube and find the why that makes you laugh. Let loose the cry that breaks you clean in half. Please share your heart with me and be your soul. Track 18, almost there. Take it from one who's come undone on the run. Now I walk for fun. I sit in the sun, in circle, square, breakout pair. No birds of a feather, we sport extra flair, leaving it all out in the rare. We don't fit, we belong everywhere. It's a spice-told tale that never gets old, an invitation lined with the gold of the cracks that make us whole. I'm glad you came. I'll meet you there. The messy middle. That's exactly where we find our kid-rific, buzzy, fuzzy, crunchy, cookie, riddle, giggle. Oh, you gotta snort, snort-worthy giggle. We need all the fiddles and the rhythm section to play us in. Crispy edges, gooey centers. We are each our own chunky, no such thing as too funky. Unsettling mystery. Don't settle. We're making history. It's actually her story and yours to tell. The clapper bells. Please be your soul and share your broken, unspoken high heart, dripping, soaking, be spoken. I see you. I hear you. I feel you. I am you. Be here with me. I don't fit. I belong everywhere. You don't fit. You belong everywhere. She doesn't fit. She belongs everywhere. They don't fit. They belong everywhere. Track 19. Ending rhymes with reasons. So that's how it is to share. Bare. Aware. Sending out this yayful flare. What's it feel like out of your chair? Out there in the rush of care. She met you there where the rubber melted all over the road and the toad hopped over and ate pile of mode on Pie Day with the chicken who still doesn't know why she crossed. She wandered out there greeting the tortoise who came out of her shell, bringing her home wherever she goes. Oh, daring you to bring yours too. Daring you to be yours too. We don't fit. We don't fit. We belong everywhere. Mic drop. I don't have a mic. Mic drop. The poet has spoken. Unbroken. Now she's passing the mic to you. Please share your heart with her and be your soul. I promise you, it never gets old. We don't fit. We belong everywhere. These are the cracks in the pieces of the stories that make us whole. All right, y'all, that's it. I'm Lisa Clapper, and this is Poetry in the Yay at the Great Leadership Awakening. I don't think I even introduced myself at the beginning. So for those of you who don't know me, that was it. If anyone wants to like say anything or come off mute or give a little love or say, hey, we're here for that for a couple minutes, right? I think we can handle that. Thank you so much for being here with me in live presence or on the replay.
Sorry that I'm not visible, but I just want to say so many poets who I love, and I love reading poetry and going to shows. There's such an aura of like austerity and just, piety and so much seriousness that it's really hard to believe that you could understand what they're saying. And you try, and sometimes you do. And I just was so like falling in with your lyrical aliveness here. It's just really, it's like necessary. And I just applaud you for that. Thank you.
Mm. Well, thank you. Was that Nell? I think that was
Yes,
Nell.
that was
Right?
Nell. Yes, sorry.
Thanks,
Nell.
Nell. Oh, appreciate you. Anyone else? Thanks, Beth. Some
Just
chat,
wanted to
some
say
stuff in
that
the
I
chat.
think one of the most beautiful things about you, Lisa, is certainly your talent is just stunning. But watching you actually present your poetry is absolutely delightful, because even though sometimes when I read poetry, I have to reread certain sections to really understand the nuance and the depth of meaning. With you, I feel like I pick that up by your tonation and by your facial expressions and by the way that you deliver it. And it's just joy filled for me, the listener, and I can tell for you as the presenter. And that just creates such an incredible bond. And also, it's just so uplifting. It's so amazing to actually hear you present your work. So I just want to say thank you for being brave and bold enough to do that with all of us. Thank you.
Oh, Linda, thank you so much. Thank you. And I know, like, I mean, I think I'm looking at who's here, but Emily, and I don't want to like put you on the spot, but Em and I started this journey together probably about 3 years ago, almost to the day, where I'd never done this before. I'd never like written poems that I knew of or shared them with people like this. And also another shout out to Molly Kittle and Story, where I gained a lot of pandemic practice doing 5-minute readings. It's just such a joy. Thank you, Linda.
Lisa, I feel so much gratitude to have been able to witness some of your first spoken word shares. And what I was just reflecting on in listening to some of these reflections is that your work there's such an invitation in it for those of us who are, gifted with the opportunity to listen. And it's really an invitation into this dance of belonging. And I always feel so held and inspired when I hear you share the words of your heart. So and that's how I feel right now. So thank you so much.
Oh, you almost have me speechless. Thank you, just for being on this journey with me so far, and for your words. Okay, y'all, is that it? We're gonna go? I don't know like how we leave. I think I have to end the meeting. Kaylee, do you want to?
Yeah, no, I'll just say, we kicked off today talking about like light and being the light. And, I echo Linda's sentiments of just like hearing you read this poem was just such a different experience, and being able to close my eyes and feel it. And I think you just created a whole new, for those of us who don't consider ourselves poets yet in this group, like I just felt myself being like, I want to drop everything and go write poetry. Like, I feel like I have a new mission in life from witnessing you and hearing you and listening to you. And then just the presentation of it all. Like, I feel it's like I couldn't stop smiling. And so I just thank you for being a light throughout this process, for sharing it with us today, and for bringing all of your friends along too. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, friends. Thanks, Kaylee. All right, y'all. Thanks, Mom. And I think we gotta go. I mean, I could stay here all day. I got more poems, but I think that the great leader, y'all know that the Great Leadership Awakening has more to say, and there will be so many amazing women come back or watch it on the replay. And again, I can't thank you enough for showing up as you today. Bye, y'all.